All right, so welcome to boot camp. Let us warm up. I muted everyone, but you can unmute yourself if you need to, or write me a note in the chat. We're gonna start our warm up and get warm. I have my AC blasting here, so I feel nice and cool right now. So we're gonna march in place. You can start with a little march. You don't have to pick up the knees too high. Get some motion in the arms too, if you can. Then start to slow the march down, but lift the knees higher. Swing the arms in a more exaggerated fashion. The goal of the warm-up is to do limbering movements, get our joints ready for more extreme movements. All right, let's squat. If you already went for like a 3-mile jog, then you're all set. You can do whatever you like until we get through this 4 to 5 minute warm up. 4 to 5, not 45 minutes. Here we're squatting, dropping the butt back and down. Knees and toes aligned with each other. Always gotta just remind people of proper squat setup, even though I think everyone knows how to do it from their squats. You can go as low as you like. I'm gonna show profile again. Stick your butt back and down. Weight should be in your heels and try to keep that chest up. 2 more. And we lunge. Nice long stride back. Feet are on train tracks, parallel train tracks, hip distance apart. Make sure that when we bend the back knee, that we're not shifting forward like this. We'll just drop straight down. Keep that chest up. Do whatever you want with your hands. Two more, and then let's switch. Just gonna turn to the other side here. You can see the knee angle. Notice my waist and above is not really changing much, right? It's my body's staying vertical. I'm not dropping my chest or doing anything as I lunge. Keep breathing. Very important throughout boot camp. You're constantly inhaling and exhaling. Couple more. Good, go into a nice wide position, very, very wide, toes and knees turned out. Shifting into side lunges, one at a time. Really opening up those hips, push those knees out to the corners. Good, add an arm circle, just get those shoulders dynamically warmed up here. I'm just doing one big circle reaching backwards as I shift to one side. A little bit of coordination, yeah? And then let's try going opposite, forward and forward. This feels awkward. This feels better. It didn't feel awkward when we went backward, but it felt awkward when we went forward. I don't know. Anyways, the point is that we're moving. Okay. Let's take it to the floor. First, let's do the plank. Really warm up our midsection. So abs nice and tight. Brace the belly, squeeze in the glutes. Quads engaged, eye gaze on the floor. Anytime we do planks today, you can do planks on your wrists or on your elbows, and you can do it on your knees if you like. All right. And then we're going to do push-ups. Hands are going to be wider than shoulder distance apart. And anytime we do push-ups today, well, you can always opt to not do push-ups. But when we do push-ups today, you can be kneeling, butt over the knees, knee push-ups, butt is not over the knees anymore. Make sure your hands are wider than shoulder distance apart. We're looking for about 90 degrees in the elbows when your chest is at elbow height. Then you can do push-ups on your toes. Let's do about 4 more push-ups. I know it's tempting to want to hold your breath while doing push-ups or planks sometimes, but really try your best not to do that. All right, today's workout, 40 seconds of work times 4, no breaks. So as soon as we start to wind down on 140 seconds, I'm going to introduce the next move, and you're just going to seamlessly go into the next move. So don't worry too much about transition. Like if it takes, 2 to 3 seconds to transition to the next move, that's okay. You're going as fast as you can, but don't think like, oh my gosh, I gotta just hit it for 40 seconds each. Part of the reason I chose 40 seconds is so that we have 5-second transition time, and you're doing at least 30-35 seconds of work still. And keep in mind there's no breaks, so your heart muscle is going to be fatigued as you go from one exercise to another, even though you're working different body parts. First, we're going to go from lower body to upper body to lower body to upper body again. All right, so muscle groups are changing, but your heart rate's over. The first exercise is going to be a prisoner squat lateral walk. So prisoner just always means your hands behind the head. Bring it to a low wide squat. I'm going to walk to one side, and I'm going to walk to the other. And if you notice, my legs are never straightening up, so it's really about staying loaded. All right, if you want to jump in this first round, you can do that, lateral jumps. I'm not going to jump in this first round, but if you're ready to do it, go for it. All right, in 10 seconds, that first 40 seconds of work. We're going to do 4 exercises in a row before we take a 40-second break. Really keep your chest up, elbows wide. I'm just going to walk from one end of my mat to the other. Really try to keep those knees and toes constantly pointed out. And you're staying very wide, itty bitty steps. Raise the abs, chest up, elbows wide. We don't want the elbows in, we don't want to pull the head down. All right, stay loaded, get as low as you can handle. All right, we have about 10 seconds left. I'm going to introduce the next exercise. It's going to be an inchworm to do 2 push-ups. About 5 seconds left. Get to one end of your mat. Inchworm, walk it out. Knees or toes if you want, 2 push-ups, walk it back. If you don't want to stand all the way up, you don't have to. You can stay down here, do your 2 push-ups, walk it back to the feet, and then walk it out again. So you skip the standing up part. All right, up to you. You do get a lot more arm work if you don't do the stand up part, but if you feel like your arms need a break, then stand on up. We're back on our feet. Squat jacks with a punch. Non-impact. Step it out and punch. Just one arm goes up. It doesn't matter which. Punch. When you jack out, you're landing in a squat. You got options of adding impact or not impact. These are the impact, the jumps. Then you can step out and in. Don't forget it's a squat jack, so we're not just keeping our legs straight. We're gonna land in a squat, land in a squat. Last exercise, mountain climbers. We all know mountain climbers. You have the option of going straight or diagonal. I don't know if you can tell I'm going diagonal, but my elbow's coming to the opposite knee. I mean, my knee's going to the opposite elbow. Okay? So oblique mountain climbers, or regular mountain climbers, or a plank on your elbows, plank on your knees. Lots of options for this last one. We have 40 seconds break after this. So we're going to leave the timer going. This is a non-stop 40-second timer. So you don't get a full minute break. You just get another 40 seconds. Okay? We're going to repeat all 4 of those exercises. So the first one, if you remember, is a walking or a little jump. Up to you. We have the inchworm 2 push-ups, squat jacks with a single arm punch, and then the mountain climber obliques. We have about 14 seconds left. Grab some water if you need it. You don't get a whole minute, but you do get 40 seconds. And then 4 exercises in a row. There you go. And we start. This is about keeping the leg muscles loaded. We really don't train the legs at all. Whether you're jumping, little hops, little chucks, basically, or stepping it, your legs never straighten. So you really want to feel the quadriceps and butt muscles burn out. Having your arms up here above your heart always elevates your heart rate a little bit more compared to relaxed arms down here. In 5 seconds, we're going into the inchworm 2 push-ups. Good, and now push-ups are on your knees or on your toes. Again, if you want to do more walking out, don't stand up. Walk your hands to your feet and walk it back out. 2 push-ups. Get a nice hamstring stretch here as your hands walk back towards your toes. Right, your butt goes up, but hopefully your hamstring gets a nice stretch. Also lots of arm strength here. Just walking forward and back, really great for the triceps. All right, squat jumps. A bunch, land in a squat, land in a squat. Part of the challenge here is dropping down as you reach up. Don't forget about the squatting part. If you want to do regular jumping jacks, you can too, of course. Mountain climber with obliques, wrists underneath the shoulders. Keep that butt down. The butt is not going to go higher than the shoulders, and the knees go to the opposite elbow. Last exercise, and then we get another 40-second break. All the way to the end until you hear those beeps. The last beep. We're looking for the long beep in 10 seconds. Strong arms. Keep the shoulders over the wrists. Wait for the long beep. Take your 40 seconds. Grab some water. We're on to the next 4 exercises. All right, once again, this is about load. So we're not going to straighten our legs at all. My right leg is forward. My left leg lunges back. I'm going to keep my right knee bent as I'm going to hinge my back leg. See this? It goes curtsy lunge, basic lunge, curtsy lunge, basic lunge. This is straight. This is externally rotated. All right, what's going to get really tired is this front leg. The third exercise. Ready? Let's go. And I'm tired. Demonstrating. The third exercise will be the other leg. There's going to be an upper body movement after this. That way we can separate the upper body movement. All right, we're starting to work. Are you with me? Are you with me? So the front view is that one leg is straight behind the hip and then it's crossed behind. But from the side view, looks like this. All right, keep that chest up, brace abs. Knees are hitting or staying rough about 90 degrees the entire time. We got 5 seconds for the next move. Half burpee. Back, walk back. Right here, that's it. Back, forward, hands up. Add the push-up if you want. Drop your feet wide. So you're in a sumo squat. From the front, it looks like this. Prayers. Hands down, jump back, push up. This is called a half burpee. We don't stand all the way up. Go as fast as you can with good technique. 10 seconds. We got to do the lunges on the other side. Other leg. Curtsy, not curtsy. Curtsy, not curtsy. You should have your other leg in front now. We get some abs after this. So that's good. Burpees are always challenging because it's kind of a total body movement, lower body and upper body. If you want to do a full-on burpee, you can do it. Like, I'm just giving variations of burpees. You can always do any burpee variation you like. Or you can do burpees with 3 push-ups, that sort of stuff. Get on your butt here. Wait, oops. Oh no, sorry, we're in a plank. Yeah. This is the bear plank. Hold here with the knees hovering just above the floor. Or if you want movement, you can walk sideways and sideways. All right? And you can do any kind of sideways walking you like. And if you want to be in a normal plank, doing a lateral walk, you can. So it changes how you move. If you go same arm, same side, or if you do opposites. That's abs, but I sort of lied about it involving upper body. We have 40 seconds, rest, and then we're going to do those exercises again. All right. There's a true abdominal in the next round. Of course, I read the line wrong. So we're going to do lunge, or see the opposite, the half burpee, or any burpee variation you want, with or without push-ups, the other side of the lunges, and then the bear plank. All right, we're starting in 5 seconds. Go ahead and lower down the lunge and start moving. The goal is to keep that front leg loaded. Well, the back leg too, but you're definitely gonna feel it more in the front leg because all the weight is going to the front leg as your back leg transfers its position. Do whatever you want with your arms. Wipe the sweat out of your eyes. Notice my head height is staying the same. I'm not coming all the way up, right? Not coming up. Head height stays the same. In 5 seconds, we're going to the half burpee. There you go. Push up, optional, hands up, hands down. Up, hands down. Jump my feet in, or walk my feet in. They're wide, wider than the mat. It's easier to jump your feet in to that sumo squat than it is to jump your feet in together, which is why I do it. All right, got the other leg. Right into it. Take 2 to 3 seconds to transition. Definitely not a lot of transition time. You're pretty much working for about 38 seconds. Yeah. After this, we have the bear plank. And then we finished round 2. Let the front leg burn. Feels good to work our muscles. It feels good to have sore muscles after class, doesn't it? There. Again, this is like a normal plank, but we pull our knees in, or you can also start on your hands and knees, tuck your toes under and pull your knees off. Either option. And then if you want to walk sideways, you can. Really try to nail that flat back. See my back? It's gonna stay flat, whether I hold still or move. Definitely I feel a lot more leg muscles and arm muscles when I'm moving. It's not an easy exercise. 4 seconds, come on. Wait for it, wait for it. All right, relax. We're now into round 3. Once again, we're doing single leg stuff. So we're going to focus on the first leg on the first round and the second leg on the third round. Think of a single leg squat. If you're squatting like this, notice the knee bend stays right there when I extend my leg out. So I go into my squat position, extend the leg out, hold it right there. Don't let your head go up. Don't straighten your legs any further. Lift, lift, non-stop lift. All right, 4, 40 seconds. Squat first. Reach the leg out, lift, lift. You want to set up the squat first, okay? That way you know you're setting up the right knee bend and sort of the hip back position. And then from there, lift, 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 without disturbing that squat you got in. All right? It's challenging on the single leg hold, a little challenge on the balance, but working a little outer thigh. 15 seconds. What's the next exercise? High, low plank walk. More planks. But no push-ups. All right, so here's your high plank. We're going down to our low plank. Walk, walk, right, left. High plank, walk, walk. Now go down on the left. Left, right. Come up on the left. Walk left, walk right. Go down on the right. Walk right, walk left. So creating a little bit of imbalance with our leg lifts. Keep the legs straight if you can. Lift from the hips, lift from the butt. And then just alternating, going high and low. Working your triceps here, and don't forget about your core muscles. You got the other leg. Get into your squat first. Extend the other leg, lift, lift, tap. Pretend the floor is really hot. The moment it hits the floor, it's right back up. You're not putting weight on here. No weight on that tapping leg. Try to keep all that weight in that single leg squat position. Do what you need with the arms. Your chest is tilted forward, but not rounded. So you want that neutral spine. A lot of endurance here. Whew. Feel it. Feel it a lot. Tap, tap. Lift as high as you can. Now we get to do abs, sitting on the butt. Okay. You see the Russian twist? Down here. 4 down here, 4 up here. 4 low, 4 high. 4 low. One leg's up, 4 high. Rotate, rotate. Shoulders, rotate. Shoulder, rotate. Shoulders, rotate. Shoulders, rotate. Okay? If you want to do non-stop, what we call Russian twist down here, stay low, stay low. If you want to stay high, stay high. Feet down, feet up, you got options. 40 seconds rest. Oh, we're back to the single leg squat. Anyone have questions on that? I can show it to you at a little different angle here. So we go into our squats, extend the leg. All right, I'll do it from this angle this time. We have about 15 seconds left. I guess I'll grab a quick drink of water here. All right, 3 seconds. Drop into that squat. Leg, lift, tap, tap, lift. It's a controlled lifting, it's a controlled tap. Lift as high as you can without disturbing that single leg squat leg. Whatever you want to do for your balance, this is a lot of endurance on the standing leg. If you need to stand up and drop back down in the middle of 40 seconds, that's fine, do it. Jump back in when you're ready. Notice my spine is pretty straight, not dropping my chest. Oh, forgot the second exercise. What is it? Oh, high-low plank. All right, so go down, walk, walk, come up, walk, walk. Alternate which side you lead with. My butt really doesn't go anywhere. It kind of just stays level with my shoulders. All right, do your best to keep that butt down and that hip section in neutral. Squat. Other leg goes out. Tap, tap, tap. This is not only working on muscular endurance, it's also working your balance. If we don't train for balance, we lose our balance. 5 seconds, and then we're gonna plop on our butt for the Russian twist. You wanna do non-stop hand high rotation. It's a little more challenging. You can stay here, or you can stay low. Or you can do a combination, 4 of each, 4. Legs can be down, toes can be down. But no matter whether your toes are up or down, you gotta be leaning back and have a C curve. Or you gotta be leaning back. You can't be vertical. Lean back. Little C curve, draw those abs in. 8 seconds to go. There we go. All right, take your 40-second break. That was 2 times around in round 3. Looks like it's taking about 10 minutes for a round here. Wide toe squats, heels up. Okay. We have a couple options here. Oops. I have only 5 seconds to show you. You're down here in the wide squat. You can lift your toes, heels up like this. Or you can have your toes up and you can go down and up like this. Do you see the difference? I'm on my toes nonstop and I'm squatting and straightening my legs. The other version is I'm here. I guess you can kind of combine the two like this. It's a lot to think about. The nice thing about when you're in a wide squat and your heels are up is your heels can't come up too high, right? Because of how wide your squats are. So it's not too risky to try to have your heels up. Because if you lose your balance, you will just put your heels down, promise me. Last off push-up. Here, into the push-up. Push back, like you're about to jump forward, but you jump forward by diving your chest forward. That's your blast off push-up. You can come here, come to your knees, push up, come off your knees, really reach your butt back. Reach your butt back. This is not a downward dog. It's not a downward dog because you actually want to bend your knees like you're about to push off and jump like that. But don't jump. Into your push-up. Almost get a nice little chest stretch. All right, side lunge. We did side lunges in the warm-up. Option to jump there. Side lunge here, no jump, no jump. Side lunge. What's the side lunge? Only one leg is bent. One leg is bent, the stepping out leg. Knees are both bent to jump, or knees are both bent to not jump. One knee bent. Okay? Want to get your heart rate up a little bit more? Throw in that jump. 5 seconds to go. Double obliques. Right, right, left, left. Right, right. So go left, center, left, right, center, right. Double obliques, double bicycle, right, center, right. Notice I'm keeping my shoulder blades up. Left, center, left. Right, center, right. So it's not an immediate twist to the other side. I want you to really focus on keeping the shoulder blades off the ground. Left, center, left. Right, center, right. 40-second break. Starting over. That's fast. 40 seconds and 4, no break. Goes by. Let me talk a bit more about this wide squat. Basically, with your feet together, you can get really high on your heels. But the wider your feet are, the less you can get on your heels. So if you're doing this toe squats, all right, if you feel like you're gonna lose your balance, put your heels down, please. In 10 seconds. I also know that you've heard a million times, like, put the weight in your heels for your squats, put your weight in your heels for your squats. And yes, that is definitely a method of squatting for sure. So if this bothers your knees, don't do it. Do this. That's why I have options. All right. Now, I would only do this in a wide squats just because of how wide our body is, how wide our legs are. There's already less pressure on the knees compared to like a more narrow squat. So it definitely be more pressure on the knees if we had our heels up, we're on our toes, and we're trying to go up and down in a squat. Lost my balance for a moment. Okay, blast off push-ups, everybody's favorites. It's almost like you're on a springboard. Push, and you bounce right back. It's like your chest lands on a coil or a trampoline, and it bounces right back. Definitely breathe on this one. Inhale, exhale. I inhale as my chest lowers, I exhale as I push back. We're going to side lunges next. Option to jump. I like this also as a nice inner thigh stretch, hip opener. Good, use your arms when you jump. "20 seconds here, and then we have our double bicycle. Really focus on the obliques. And your goal is to keep those shoulder blades off the floor, no matter what. Even as you rotate. Oh, by the way, if you want to do a straight leg, you can do it like this. Right, center, right, switch. Left, center, left, switch. Right, center, right, left, center, left. You don't have to do it with your knees bent or straight. Right, center, right, left, center, left, or with the knees bent, I go towards the bent knee. I always turn toward the leg closest to my face. Always turn toward the leg that's closest to your head. All right. So here's the finale. What do you think the finale is? I'll give you actually 40 seconds times 2 rest. We're gonna do 8 exercises in a row. All right. So it's gonna be the first 8 exercises. So prisoner squats, lateral walk, inchworm, squat jacks with an overhead punch, mountain climber obliques. Don't worry, I don't expect you to remember this. I just try to refresh your memory so you can mentally prepare for the 8 exercises you're about to do. And then after the mountain climber obliques, we don't have a break. We go into the low right lunge, curtsy lunge, the half burpee, the other left leg foot curtsy, and then the bear plank. All right, we're starting this in 15 seconds. 8 exercises in a row. That's the finale. In 5 seconds. It's a test of your memory too. What do you remember? What's happening next? Walking it out or jumping? Remember, you got choices. And by choices, you're choosing to do this boot camp workout with me. Thank you so much. I just want it to be known that I'm not forcing anyone to do this. Stay low, keep that head level, keep the leg muscles loaded with 10 seconds. And we're going to inchworm push-ups. 2 push-ups, actually. If you want to do 1, you can. If you want to do 3, you can. Woo! Walk it out. Push up, push up. Try not to drop your head. Keep your eye gaze on the floor, even as you're doing your push-ups. Jump squats are next, with or without impact, and a single punch to the air as you go into your squats. All right, on our feet. Bam, bam. I know we're not taking breaks for 8 times 40 seconds, but listen to your body, please. I want you to feel challenged. I want you to push yourself. But if you need a break, take a break. Take 10 seconds, 15 seconds. There's still a good 25 to 30 seconds left in that run. So just take a break. Join in when you're ready. Okay? Mountain climbers are next in 5 seconds. Throw without the twist. Get your butts down, wrists underneath the shoulders. Eye gaze on the floor between the thumbs. Check your butt. Better not be high. Think about your abs and hip flexors. Pull, pull, pull those knees in. Oh, I hate these. I hate these so much. You guys are the only people that get me to do these. Slow them down. Get into your curtsy lunge. Here. Round 2 exercises. 4 exercises left. 160 seconds left. 40 times 4. Is that math right? I think so. I think my brain's still working. We have a half burpee after this. Do any burpee you want, any variation, with or without push-ups. Stay low, stay loaded. That front leg really should be burning out. Keep that chest up. Push off the ball of the back foot. Half burpee. Pretty much hands to prayer, right back on the floor. Half burpees maximize the number of push-ups and jump backs you do. But there is a benefit to bringing your feet all the way in, standing up and jumping as well. So pros and cons to different variations of burpees. Getting ready to lunge on the other leg. Other leg lunges. And we have our bear curl. How's this feel? Not too bad, right? It's like you're constantly starting over because it's a whole new exercise every 40 seconds. There's another kind of bootcamp workout called EMOM, E-M-O-M, every minute on the minute. So it's basically like this, but every 60 seconds you change a new exercise. I just think a minute's too long. See right there, 40 seconds? Slowing down. So what happens when I find when I'm in a minute, so here's your bear plank, knees off, lateral walk if you want, or walk in a circle, or don't walk, or do V-sits, do obliques. So I find that people pace themselves too much in a minute. It's just too long to sustain the intensity that we're looking for. And so everyone ends up doing like 40 seconds of real work, and then 20 seconds of kind of a half resting, half slow down work, which is in between, which is more or less in between like the rest and actual work. So I'd rather people be pushing during 40 seconds, 45 seconds max for my, we're done, let's stretch. 45 seconds max for my kind of boot camp timing, just because that's what I find that people can really push themselves and then take advantage of your break, right? You should be pushing yourself so hard that you welcome that break. In this case here, the heart rate might have been the one thing that slowed us down in between those exercises, but your leg muscles should have really burned out during 40 seconds. And then you're like, oh, great, now I can do some push-ups. Then your arm muscles burn out, and you're like, great, I'm ready to do legs again. And that's called superset. It's one of the most efficient ways of working out. You don't rest too much. All right, hopefully you feel that nice quad and hip flexor being stretched there. Grab some water if you haven't before you start stretching. Here we are. Also working on our balance with this stretch. Okay, let's go for a really deep side lunge here. Now you can prop yourself on your knee and you can go as low as sitting on your heel if you want. But if this doesn't feel good for this knee, then you can stay up here. You want to really feel that stretch right in this inner thigh here. And if you go all the way down, you could probably like lift your toe up too. Try the other side. So focus here on the stretching part and not so much on the side lunge work part. So I'm not really working my leg when I'm leaning on it. Now, if I wanted to make this a side lunge workout, I'd take my body off my thighs. This is the stretch and not the side lunge workout. Again, if you want to go all the way down, you can do that. All right. Stretch open that chest. We're gonna do some arm circles. Got to the shoulders. Reach those arms nice and high, stretch those abs. Lean back a little bit. And I'm gonna have you roll all the way down. So kind of dive down, round the spine. Roll, roll, roll. Reach for the floor. Look at your kneecaps. And feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Now without changing anything about your torso, let your head and arms hang nice and heavy. Take one foot and just place it slightly in front of the other. And keep pushing those hips back. Feel a little bit more stretch in the front leg. And then we'll switch the other way forward. A little more stretch. Awesome job. Loosen up that lower back. Let the arms whip around you. And quick tricep stretch. And feel free, of course, if there's ever anything you need to stretch in particular that I didn't get to, please do it. So here's the tricep. Very much involved in all the push-ups we do. But at this stage in our lives, at least in my life, my goal is not to necessarily increase flexibility because I know it's a lost cause. The goal is to not continue to lose flexibility. Okay? So that's why we stretch it, so we don't get tighter and tighter, because if we do nothing, we will get tighter and tighter and less flexible. If we do nothing, our muscles will whittle away. It will waste away. So we are here to do boot camp to try to increase muscular strength, yes. But whether or not it's increased, we are at least trying to maintain. All right, and that's also just as critical, maintenance. Please let me know if you have any questions.